Living meditation, a journey beyond body and mind.
Spiritual beings going through a human experience. This life is but a link in an infinite chain of existence. The body perishes, but the soul lives on. Immortal, treading the path back from its painful separation to its blissful return to the mansions of the Lord, says Maharaj Jagat Singh Ji. Mystics tell us that although we are in a body, we are not the body. We are spiritual beings going through the experience of being human. From this encouraging point of view, we are pure beings of spiritual nature already, but beings whose purity has been temporarily obscured by our mind and senses. We will realize this for ourselves only when our soul dominates our mind. And this higher state of consciousness, the masters tell us, can be gained through meditation and through meditation alone. Through meditation, we learn to hold our attention still at the spiritual eye center. Once we are able to do this, the mind comes under the influence of the soul and is receptive to the more subtle realities of the Shabad. The layers of ever-changing desires and worldly impressions that conceal our pure consciousness fall away naturally. The scales of spiritual blindness fall from our eyes, and we experience with the ear and eye of the spirit the sweetness and power of the deathless self, the Shabad, buried deep within us. Without the practice of meditation, our mind remains possessed by worldly passions and attachments, and our soul, deprived of its best potential ally, an enlightened mind, travels without support through the experience of being human in this most dangerous of planes, the land of Kal. The Indian word Kal has been deliberately kept here, as there is no equivalent to this concept in the Western tradition. Kal in Sanskrit literally means time, the illusion of life unfolding in sequence. In the teachings of the saints, Kal is personified as the ruler of the realm of mind and matter, God of the material universe, the physical, astral, and causal planes where time shapes and destroys all, whereas the Supreme Consciousness exists both within and beyond time. According to the Shabad Masters, it is Kal that keeps the soul trapped in the material and mental spheres, where mind and matter, not spirit, dominate. The way out of this trap is to transcend the realm of mind and matter by means of Shabad meditation under the guidance of a living Shabad master, a guide who is free from the prisons of time and duality, and whose perspective reflects to his and her disciples the unlimited truth of Shabad. In his radiant form, he, the master, helps the disciple at every step, accompanying him throughout the spiritual journey. An excerpt from Introduction to Die to Live. Life in the land of Kal. Look upon the world as a bubble. Him who looks thus upon the world, the king of death does not see. Come, look at this world, resembling a painted royal chariot. The foolish are sunk in it, for the wise there is no attachment for it. An excerpt from the Dhumupuda. When we stay at a hotel, we don't try to fix the problems we face. This is because we are guests at the hotel, not attached to it, and we know we will soon be on our way. Similarly, a bridge is meant for crossing. No one builds his home, the place where he is to stay, on a bridge. Is it not strange then that even though we know we will not be in the world permanently, we act as if we were to be here forever? Swamiji says that we are so attached to the creation and love it so much that we have forgotten the Lord, forgotten our true home, and forgotten who we really are. We are trapped in this world of illusion and take everything that we see to be real. Not only mystics tell us that this is a world of illusion, science says the same thing. Science tells us that at the subatomic or quantum level, nothing of the material world is left intact. There are only energy fields with no solidity at all, nothing for the senses to see or touch. Our physical senses are too dull and too slow to sense, feel, see, or experience in any manner these energy fields that are in fact vibrations taking place in a void. The illusions in which we exist isn't restricted to the material world. Our mental perceptions, emotions, and attachments are part of the illusionary realm of mind and matter. Meditation is the means to realize the fleeting and impermanent nature of human life, of all our attachments and endeavors, even life itself. Meditation is the means to realize a higher, more permanent level of reality. Through meditation and with the help of a true master, we can wake up from the dreamlike existence that characterizes lower planes of consciousness. The masters teach that just as it is very nature of the world to change unceasingly, so it is the privilege of the human being to experience the changeless, deathless, and blissful nature of their own true self. Yet, how difficult it is to retain the spiritual perspective and clarity as we live out our daily lives in the material world. Wherever we look, we see change, suffering, and conflict. Influenced by what is going on around us, we easily take the path of least resistance. How natural it can seem to go with the flow, so we too flow with the downward, superficial tendencies that appear to characterize our times. Even though our master demonstrates the benefits of choosing the upward path and shows us how to disengage ourselves from all and everything that pulls us down. Everyone is burning in the fire of Maya or illusion. All are roasting in it day and night. Quote by Baba Jaimal Singh Ji. Injustice, sickness, and poverty are everywhere, and we see cheating, violence, and obsession with sense gratification all around. But for us to capitulate to a negative perspective of life is to deny our spiritual nature and invite restlessness and suffering upon ourselves. To go to the extent of indulging in the downward tendencies of the mind is simply asking for yet another birth and inviting even more suffering upon ourselves. In a place where mind and matter are active, there can never be peace. Sorrows and wars of nations or communities or individuals shall continue. The soul must seek other planes to find peace. To find peace is the business of the individual. Everybody has to seek it within himself. Quote by Radha Soami Satsang Beas. To choose a positive path is to affirm one's spiritual nature. All conflict, in the final analysis, is the manifestation of inner conflict. And while we may never be able to make the world into a utopia, we can, the saints tell us, transform ourselves. Through the practice of meditation, we can gradually reclaim for ourselves a higher state of being. By turning inwards, by exploring and experiencing the spiritual reality of inner life, we can gain the strength of character to remain sane even if the entire world were to go crazy around us. Problems in life will always be present. It is the nature of the realm of Kal, but the support we get from meditation will make us increasingly able to deal with the ups and downs of daily life. Bhagavad Gita says, pleasures from external objects are rooms of suffering. They have their beginnings and their ends. No wise man seeks joy among them. We are responsible for the freedom of our soul. Liberty means responsibility. That is why most men dread it. A quote by George Bernard Shaw. To acknowledge and affirm our spiritual nature, the first practical step we are to take once we are committed to the spiritual path is to embrace responsibility for our every thought and action. If it is Kal's responsibility to keep us trapped in the realms of suffering, it is equally the responsibility of each human being to take the future of his or her soul in hand. Whatever we are today, it is the result of what we thought and did in the past. By the same rule of cause and effect, what we are to become in the future will be determined by what we think and do right now, today. Through our consciousness, our sense of discrimination, we can choose at every moment to make a difference now in this life, not only for the rest of our lifetime but for all eternity. This is our privilege, this is our challenge. While the body we occupy at this point in time will die, our soul continues far beyond this life to reap the harvest of the choices we are making here and now. If we are clever and make wise choices today about what we think and do, it will be a lot easier to make positive choices tomorrow. That we have been put on the path of the masters means the time has now come in this very life to become masters of ourselves. There will be no incarnation better than the one we are in now. It is now that we have the opportunity to realize who and what we are. Why then would we wait for another birth? Why do we wait to make meditation our first priority? If we are not going to make this effort now, when are we going to do it? We need to ask ourselves these questions. If it is not for me to do it, who do I think will do this work for me? Why, we can ask ourselves, did we come to this path? Why then do we procrastinate? We made a conscious choice to accept the teachings of a Shabad master for good reason. To help us keep our focus, we need constantly to revisit our motives and our priorities. Now is the time to get serious about living the teachings. There is no better time to make the required effort to keep our attention in the eye center. The responsibility is ours and ours alone. No one else can do it for us. If a student wants to pass an exam, he or she has to study. No one else can do the studying for them. Master Sawan Singh, also known as Great Master, says, "Develop the power to withdraw your attention at will from the outward objects and from the physical body, and concentrate it in the eye focus." He states the disciples' responsibility very clearly. Those words, "at will," mean it is we who are responsible for keeping our mind in the eye center through effort and self-control. No one else will do it for us. Even the Master, who is teaching, guiding, and protecting us, will not do it for us. Unless we take this step ourselves, we will never make spiritual progress. With the gift of initiation, Master bestows on the disciple sufficient grace to do meditation. All disciples of a true Master have the strength to meditate and keep the attention at the eye focus. We cannot let laziness or fear paralyze us. We have the strength to raise our attention to the eye center because the force that is upholding the entire creation is upholding us. That force is Shabad. That is what the Master is. And that too is what we are. In Maharaj Sawan Singh Ji's words, "The power within is not ignorant of what you are doing. It is with you and constantly watches you and guides you."